you give him that letter?
Well, he asked for it. That's how I dare.
To see if the handwriting looks anything like your father's.
Of course it looks like it, but it's not the same. Clint, don't you understand what is going on here? She is doing her utmost to desecrate my father's memory. You are spitting on his grave.
Maybe we can clear this up right away.
It's all lies. Don't you understand that?
Tina already told me what's in it.
Well, then you know that it's all lies. I don't see any point in encouraging her by even discussing it.
Tina, where'd you get this?
I told you. I found it in Victor's effects.
That's another lie because you won't tell me where you found it.
Honey, where do you think it came from?
I don't think Tina is clever enough to have forged it. So my guess is that Ted Clayton wrote it.
What, you think I've been just keeping this secret all this time?
Yes, of course. You've been waiting for an opportune moment to spring your little surprise, haven't you? Or possibly you found it in his effects. Well, it doesn't really matter because the point is the letter is a total fraud.
Well, how can you be sure? I mean, his handwriting looks like Victor's, doesn't it, Clint?
I knew my father better than anyone else in this world, and I also knew your mother better. And the idea of an intimate relationship between the two of them is so preposterous. It is so absurd.
Here we go again, all right? It's Victor on a pedestal, right? The sainted Victor can do
Wait
no wrong.
Wait a minute. Let her finish.
Thank you. The point that I am trying to make, Tina, is that your mother was so in awe of my father and so totally intimidated.
Well, maybe he forced himself on her. Have you ever thought of that?
You shut your dirty little mouth!
Ladies, please. Just wait a minute.
That's all right. I don't have to say any more. The letter speaks for itself.
You say you've had this authenticated by a handwriting expert.
That's right.
Hired by Dorian. That'll give you an idea of how reliable he might be.
Honey, that's easy enough to check out. You remember the fellow's name?
Yes, his name is Kenneth Macaulay in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Macaulay. Honey, that's easy enough to check. We might even get a second opinion.
You don't have to go through all that trouble on my account, I'm convinced.
You were hardly the only one who counts here. Clint will get Philip Brendel.
The fellow at the art museum.
Yes, Carla Scott used him as a handwriting expert at a trial not too long ago. Okay, see if I can reach him. And you see, I can supply him with many examples of my father's genuine handwriting. I'll call him right now. Encourage Tina in this ludicrous...
Now, you just wait right there. I did not encourage Tina.
Well, what would you call it? Showing that scurrilous letter to someone you call a handwriting expert and telling Tina my father wrote it.
Viki, you're going to have to face facts. Mr. Macaulay is a handwriting expert, and that letter was written by your father.
What? I can't believe you would take part in this, Dorian. You bear the Lord name. This is going to reflect on you.
Viki, please, your father has been dead for nearly 10 years. His reputation, his image are still very much intact. There isn't anybody who doesn't know that your brother was born out of wedlock. People think of Victor as being a very driven, very ambitious, very energetic man, so I think his history with women just tends to confirm that.
I see, so it's not going to disturb you in the slightest if she goes public with these charges, then.
Viki, for goodness sakes, I'm going to live. You're going to live. So will your father's memory. In fact, it might even be enhanced.
I don't believe that I'm hearing this.
Though I think you're going to have to deal with the fact that Tina is probably going to want to have a share of your father's estate.
Well, if I believed that the letter were genuine, I would certainly respect my father's wishes.
I don't think that a mere settlement is going to keep her quiet.
No, you're right. I think she's going to want to make a public scandal out of all of this.
Viki, that's not true. Put yourself in Tina's place. She's at a stage in her life where she wants to have some stability, a sense of emotional continuity, respectability.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. claiming to be Victor Lord's illegitimate daughter, is going to give her that?
Well, wouldn't you rather be Tina Lord than Tina Clayton?
She's not going to ask to take the Lord name.
She doesn't need to ask. She thinks she's entitled to it.
Oh, she has another thing coming.
What will you do to stop her?
I will prove that that letter is a fraud.
Vicky, what if you can't? She's going to take it to court. She's going to do everything in her means to claim her birthright.
Birthright?
Well, those are her words.
Well, I see. I guess I have a fight on my hands then.
It would seem that you would.
Well, I hope that she has the decency to wait with all of this until after the 50th anniversary celebration.
I wouldn't count on that. In fact, it may be the better part of valor for you to put
Celebration?
Might be the only thing you can do. If Tina were to go public with what she's found out...
Do you really think that I am going to buckle in the face of a threat from that little
This is
liar?
not a threat. She has the ammunition.
She has nothing! She has a letter written by an unknown person.
Vicky, we both know that letter was written by your father. How long do you intend to persist in denying the truth? Can't you project what's going to happen? She'll go running through every greasy newspaper scandal sheet. She has a friend at one of them. They'll just adore spreading the Lord name and the Buchanan name all over the front pages.
And she's told you that she's going to go public with this?
She doesn't need to tell me. I know she will. So do you.
All right, let her. I won't be blackmailed by her.
I don't understand what's going on here, Vicky. When Tony came to town, you welcomed him with open arms. You took him into the family. You introduced him to everybody.
That was entirely different.
No, it wasn't. You're the one who's different. Vicky, why have you changed? What's happened to you?
You see Brendel?
Oh, yes. I left a copy of that letter of Tina's with him, along with some old correspondence of my father's for comparison. He said he'd look it over and get back to me in the morning.
Good.
Of course, I know exactly what the verdict is going to be. I mean, I felt so stupid. It was preposterous. I felt embarrassed asking him to take up his time. And then I went to Dorian.
Oh?
I could not let it pass, Clint. I had to let her know how deeply I resent her interference.
Honey, as I understood it, Tina went to Dorian, not the other way around.
But then Dorian should have come straight to me. She should have destroyed that letter and told Tina to forget the whole thing.
Honey, look, I know you feel that this is going to cause a reflection on your father's memory, but...
Don't you feel that it will? For heaven's sakes. A relationship between a middle-aged man and a 19-year-old girl? Anyway, it's all going to be over tomorrow. Brendel is simply going to confirm the fact that the letter is a hoax. That will be the end of it.
Well, I hope it slows Tina down. At least I hope we can keep her under wraps long enough so it doesn't spoil Laurel and Larry's wedding day.
Oh, it won't. It won't. She's not going to say a word, even if I have to bind and gag her.
I think you would at that. Honey, you look exhausted. Why don't we turn in?